Let's see. Think we're good. Got recording on. Everyone's set. Okay, so I'm gonna click over here, make sure that everyone can send messages. So for people that are not familiar with Google Meet, at the bottom in the right, there's a little like speech bubble looking thing, and that's where the chat is. So at any time during this, if you have any questions, be sure to put them there in the chat. Hey, and I will be answering them kind of as we move along. I have my nice little presentation here. Hopefully it goes as planned. Technology is something interesting. I love it, but it's interesting sometimes. So this tonight is the magic of email marketing. I'm so excited. If you have been around, if you've been watching and following, you know that email marketing is my jam. It makes me super happy, and I feel like it is very underutilized in the business community. So I'm always happy to present on that and speak on that. Let me see where my presentation went. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. A little bit about myself as we get started. So I am Hannah Lee. I'm founder and CEO of Synovial Marketing. I founded the agency. We're up to 5 team members now, and myself. I'm a full-time, single mom. So on top of everything else, I not only run an agency, but I am a single mom full-time, which is always exciting. Keeps things interesting for sure. And a little known fact about me is that I'm also an RN, or registered nurse by trade. So I went to school, I feel like, for a very long time for nursing, because that was what I was told would make money. That's what you should do. It was stable. And I went through all of this medical training, and I'm now no longer using that. So it was a good experience. I enjoyed it. I've done everything from dermatology to psychiatric nursing. I've run the whole gamut of nursing experience. So that was fun, but I'm definitely a lot happier in this position that I have now. I also am a cat lover. So we have 2 cats, me and my son, and then our 2 cats, and we love them very, very much. They definitely make life interesting as well. It's busy and crazy over here. So a little bit of the backstory of Synovial Marketing as well, for those that don't know. So the idea for Synovial Marketing started in 2018. I started a small business, actually, myself, and realized that small businesses did not have a space to go to get affordable, approachable help. So I started my own small business and was reaching out to marketing agencies to try to get like some advice or some help. I had no idea what I was doing. And everyone kind of gave me the runaround and said, oh, if you don't have $10,000 of ad spend, we're not really here for you. And so that was really discouraging, and I had to kind of figure everything out myself. And I listened to a lot of podcasts and a lot of audiobooks, and got to the place where I am now. I've had some mentors, to get me to where I am now. Fast forward to 2020, I was working at the hospital. They cut my hours. I was working in like a clinic type setting. And that's where I realized that everyone had said that this hospital job was stable, and this is where the money was, and this is what I should do. And then COVID happened, and they were cutting my hours. And I realized, like, hey, I'm not even happy here. They're cutting my hours. It's still unstable. So I was like, you know what? I have been really wanting to get into marketing at that time in 2020. I had kind of had this idea. And so I ran with it and made business cards and literally like told everyone about it. I was like, hey, I have a marketing agency. If you ever need any help, let me know. Passing out business cards. And since then, we have grown substantially and we are where we're at now. So it's been a really good journey. I've loved it, every bit of it. So what is email marketing? Email marketing is a powerful digital marketing strategy that involves sending targeted messages to a group of individuals. So a little bit about email marketing. I think it's super undervalued in the business culture and businesses. People, you'll see here in the coming slides, I've heard so many objections like, oh, people don't use emails anymore. People don't open their emails, or, oh, I have social media, or, all of these things. And email marketing is the way to go. I think it's the most powerful digital marketing strategy, but it is so great. We have, we've made massive gains through employing email marketing for our business. And so I'm super passionate about it and telling other businesses about it because you should use it. Yes, exactly. Yes, people have been saying it's dying for forever, and it's still, you'll see, I have a slide coming up here. It is highly growing. It's not dying anytime soon. So the benefits of email marketing. So it is the most cost-effective marketing strategy. Businesses get an average of $38 for every $1 spent on email marketing. So we partner with Flowdesk, and you'll see in the coming slides that Flowdesk is, I think the subscription is like $35 a month. We have a discount code, so it's not even that much when you have our discount code. But when you look at the statistic that businesses get an average of $38 for every $1 spent on email marketing, that's, that to me is amazing. It's super good. So super cost effective. It's not expensive when you're talking about doing other things to get leads, like maybe ads, paid ads, Facebook ads, things like that. It gets really expensive. Google ads, we have a couple clients right now, and it's just ad spend is so astronomical to try to get your content out there and to get leads and to get customers. And when you employ email marketing, that's $35 a month, if that, it's super cost effective. So personalization, also email marketing allows you to personalize your emails to fit your audience. So you are able to, build a tribe of people or build your email list, your subscription base, and then speak to them in a way that they enjoy. So it's kind of your tribe of people. You can speak to them in a way that will convert for them. And I think that's really powerful. On social media, we can do that a little bit, but it's just not as effective. Where emails are directly going to your subscriber, so that they're getting that content and that information. So when you speak to them in a way that they already like to be spoken to, it's it'll convert, which leads us to conversion rates. So small businesses are seeing 15 to 30% ROI, return on investment, from email marketing. Larger businesses are seeing a little bit lower, but small businesses, 15 to 30% return on investment, which is great, absolutely amazing. These conversion rates are when you employ a strategy, an email marketing strategy, which we're going to talk about a little later as well. When you get an email subscriber and you provide value to them and you speak to them just like you're talking to a friend, you build trust in them. Whenever you do give them something or say, hey, we have this deal, we have this promotion, they're going to convert because they trust you and you've been speaking to them and they know you, they feel like they know you, and it's like a conversation. So that's why emails convert so well, is because it's kind of more of a long-term strategy. So think about if you post a piece of content on social media, on like Instagram or something like that, people might see it for the first time. They haven't been having a conversation with you. And you're saying, hey, we have this great product or this great service. That's the first time they're encountering that. They're more than likely not going to convert. So that is why these conversion rates are 15 to 30% with email marketing. And that's why they're really great and really high and awesome. So another great benefit. And then the analytics. I'm a very strategic, analytical person. And that is one of the reasons that email marketing made me fall in love with it, or why I fell in love with email marketing, is because you can see the analytics literally based off the customer. So we have an email list of about 500 subscribers right now. And when I send an email out, I can click on a certain subscriber, like one person, and I can see exactly how many emails they've opened. Let's say I've sent 200 emails out. I can see if they've opened all 200 of those emails, or maybe they only opened 4 of those emails. Okay, well, they're not as interested as the person that's opened all 200 emails. I can also clicked on in the email. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. I have a slide that goes over that, but just the analytics that email marketing allows, especially Flowdesk, is why we chose Flowdesk and why, again, I am so passionate about email marketing. So another great benefit, cost effective, it's easy to personalize, conversion rates are great, and they allow you to see all of the analytics. So one of the biggest objections we get all the time is, oh, people don't use email anymore. Email's outdated. So this chart here shows the amount of email users and how it's not declining, it's projected to climb. So this is the number of users in millions. So as you can see here, I mean, from 2017 to 2025, it's only getting higher and higher. And I know that email marketing is effective, and it's been effective for us, and it's been effective to a lot of the businesses that we work with. But you also have to think about your clients and customers. More than likely, a lot of us out here in the world have 9-to-5 jobs, or have, an office setting where they have to check their email for their job, or for, whatever they do on a day-to-day basis for work. So if you're sending an email, not even just our service-based businesses, but if you have a product-based business and your client is already checking their email for work or things like that, more than likely it's going to get opened, it's going to get clicked, it's going to get seen. So that is, we hear that all the time. Oh, people don't use email anymore, but clearly there's a lot of statistics that show that that is not the case, actually. So another one that we get all the time is, I don't even know where to start. I don't know how to start an email list. Where do I begin? And a great place to start is, I'm going to start with number 2 here, but sitting down and creating a lead magnet that is specific to your business and your niche. So we give some examples on social media. We've kind of talked about lead magnets a little bit, but what a lead magnet is, or a freebie, as it's sometimes called, is something of value that is specific to your ideal customer. So I always use the example of like a photographer. If a photographer creates a lead magnet or a freebie, maybe they would have like a style guide of like different clothing options or different styles that they could wear on photo shoots. Our service-based businesses, if you are like a fence contractor and you could say, here is the 5 best fences that we see in Florida, or the 5 most aesthetic fences that you see in Florida. So not only is it for product-based businesses, but service-based businesses as well. Sitting down and creating that lead magnet or freebie that is super valuable for your customer is really where you're going to get the most emails. Back in the day, it was super easy to just throw it out there and be like, hey, subscribe to our email list. And there didn't have to be any value. Nowadays, I'm sure just like me, I get a ton of emails, spam emails, promotional emails. I think about Bath and Body Works. I talk about Bath and Body Works all the time. Sorry, Bath and Body Works. But they send all of these emails about 20% off, 30% off. Here's this big sale. Here's this, that, the other. I'm not going to sign up for any of that. Like, I'm not going to sign up for any of that. So, but if I'm scrolling on social media, or if I see someone that says they have a freebie or something of value for me, maybe it's like 30 of the latest marketing tips, I'm going to put my email address in there because I want to see what they have and kind of follow them. That would be interesting for me. So lead magnet is a good place to start, sitting down and building a lead magnet or a freebie offer that is valuable to your ideal client and customer. If you have a web page, going back to number one, I know some people don't have a website, but if you do have a website, you absolutely have to have a pop-up or a subscription box on your website to capture emails. So I'm going to go on a little tangent, but I always like to think about if someone is looking at your social media, we say that people will look at your social media for 3 to 4 months. They'll follow you on social media, kind of see what's going on, see if they vibe with you, see kind of what's going on. Then they might go to your website. That first interaction with your website, more than likely, they are not going to purchase. So there's something called an 8 times rule. Your client and customer has to interact with your product or service 8 times before they purchase and before they convert. So let's say they've been watching your social media, they finally hit your website, and you don't have a subscription box, you don't have a pop-up. They look around, they dig through your website, and they leave, they bounce. You have no way to follow up with them. You have no way to kind of continue that relationship. So it's really important when we're talking about starting an email list to implement pop-ups and landing pages, subscription boxes to capture those emails. So if you did have that pop-up or that subscription box on your website, they put in their email for your lead magnet and your freebie that was on your website, then you'll see in the coming slides, you would have a welcome sequence built, and they would immediately start on that journey with you in learning more about your business. And it's a long-term relationship. So email marketing allows for long-term communication. So also in how to start an email list, you can do it through social media. So we'll show you a little bit later on in the presentation how we do this through social media and through email marketing. But so many of our businesses that we talk to, some of our clients before they got on with us, they weren't even talking about their email list or that they had an email list or that was an option on social media. It's kind of like one of those things, if no one knows about it, nobody's going to sign up. So even just creating a story on your Instagram, or maybe making a post on Facebook and saying, hey, here is talking about your lead magnet and your freebie. We have this guide of 30 marketing tips. Put your email address in the box below to sign up to get it. Or, hey guys, talking to your tribe. Hey, do y'all want to stay up with the latest, promotions, deals, information? Put your email address in the box below on Instagram. Just talking about your email list and that you have an email list is a way to start your email list. So the last one here, number 4, is one that a lot of people forget about, and I think it is a great idea. It's super, innovative and awesome. So a lot of the businesses that we work with and a lot of businesses we've spoken to, they do like the in-person events, like markets, or even, some networking events or things like that, where they have a little table set up or they have a little setup. And capturing emails in person is a great way to capture emails. So, if you had your little table set up and you said, everyone that walked by your table, you said, hey guys, we're, if you write your email address down here on this little pad of paper, you enter to win, this, whatever it is, if you have a product or a service, 20% off of your service, or, coming up again with that lead magnet, or, a lead offer that they would be interested in. So not only can you capture emails digitally or, through your website or on social media, but you can also capture them in person. So many people are like, oh, I totally forgot about that. Like I would have never, thought about putting a pad of paper on my little table and capturing the email addresses through that. So that's another great way to interact with people in person and to capture those email addresses and grow your email list. So everyone always says, what am I going to say? So I created our email marketing challenge program based off of this slide. So many people were like, I have an email list and I have no idea what to say, or I don't have an email list and I don't know why I would create an email list because I have no idea what I'm going to say to these people. So I created the email marketing challenge. Our email marketing challenge is our 8-week course that goes over exactly what to say in your emails. But the gist of it is, when crafting emails, remember that your subscribers are your tribe. They willingly gave you their email address and they're interested in what you have to say. So they want to hear from you and they willingly gave you their email address. I always like to say that email addresses are kind of like someone handing you their wallet. Like, these people could be paying customers and they're giving you a source to reach out to them and to speak to them over a long period of time. So, definitely take that seriously and continue that conversation and that relationship so that they can hopefully convert into a lifelong customer. But you want to talk to your email list like they are your friends over brunch. What happened this week in your business? What exciting things do you have personally coming up in life? So unless you are, a Target or a Walmart, these clients and customers are purchasing from you. They have come to know your business. They've come to know you as the founder, and they want to hear about you, about how it started, about what's going on, maybe some struggles that you're having. Maybe, there's so many things to talk about, but just think about it like they're your friends over brunch. What do you talk to your normal people about on the phone or when you go out to eat with them? Just involving those subscribers. And the biggest thing is not in emails sending just promotion, like we were just talking about. So how Bath and Body consistently is like 30% off, 20% off, 10% off. I was listening to a podcast the other day and they said, if you are constantly giving like these promotions and these sales, it's a race to the bottom. So I'm not a big fan of discounts. I don't believe in discounts. You'll hardly ever see us say like 20% off of services or anything like that, because we say, I teach and I explain that we want to convey the value in your products and services, not to discount your products and services. So we're trying to explain the benefit, the solution, the value. We're not devaluing the product and service by giving discounts. So I'm not going to say none of promotional. There is a way to do it. We'll talk about it here a little bit later, but just talk like a normal conversation. And there should be, I think there's a slide on it, but you should get your subscribers on a routine. So they should know that every Tuesday they're going to be hearing from you, and, or every other week they're going to be hearing from you, or monthly. Set that up and have a consistent routine in your email marketing so that they know, your open rates will be better. People will open your email. They'll click more because it's consistent and they know what's going to happen. Okay. So segments. This is what segments looks like in Flowdesk. I can't say enough about Flowdesk. It's absolutely amazing. It's a great program. But this is segmenting your subscribers is super valuable. As you can see here, this is what our segments looks like in Flowdesk. You can have, we have our automated email marketing challenge. We have our email marketing webinar, social media webinar, our Airbnb clients. We have Google business profile, realtors, whatever. But you can make it specific to your business. So maybe going back to the photographer example that I was talking about earlier, if she had, a group of maternity clients that maybe had scheduled a maternity shoot with her, and then she put them in a segment. Then she had maybe a family session, like a mom and a dad, and, or maybe an engagement session. They could go in a segment. The maternity goes in a segment. Like all of these have specific segments, and you can break that down specifically for your business. But what this allows you to do is when you go to send out an email, if you know that the email is not relevant information to maybe a specific group or maybe multiple groups, you don't have to send it to them. So it allows you, again, talking about personalization, this in email marketing allows you to really personalize specific emails to specific subscribers and to specific groups of subscribers. So it's really great. Highly recommend that. Flowdesk is great at that. We use them for email marketing. You'll hear me talk a lot about them in this presentation. Okay, so workflows. So this is what workflows looks like in Flowdesk. I'm going to see if I can switch over to my Flowdesk. See, it will let me. Okay, so I'm going to stop presenting this, and then I'm going to present. Okay. So this is exactly what our Flowdesk looks like. This is our Flowdesk account for email marketing. And if you go here to workflows, you will see that we have a bunch of workflows. So we have a welcome sequence workflow. We have a social media webinar workflow. We have an email lead magnet workflow, a systems and automations workflow, all of these workflows. And when I'm saying workflow, this is pretty much an automation. So let's just go, I'm going to click into our welcome sequence. Welcome sequence. We'll see if it'll carry over. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Can y'all see that? Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is our exact welcome sequence workflow. When anyone subscribes through our website, through the subscription boxes on our website, they will immediately be taken through this type of workflow. So it starts off with like a hey there email. I might be able to open it. Let's see if it'll transfer over. Okay. So it starts off with this like, hey there, friend. This first email is pretty much saying, hey, this is why you signed up. This is who I am. This is what's happening. Like, hey, my name's Hannah. Visit our blog, visit our website if you want to kind of learn more about why you're here or, kind of what's going on. Then the second email is like a hello again. This second email will go a little bit more into the business about, what we do, what we offer, how all that happens. The third email, this is the most important email of your welcome sequence. And this is what I was talking about a little earlier. This is that what to expect email. So in this what to expect email, you're going to tell your clients and customers what they're going to expect in terms of like, we're offering small business marketing tips and tricks of the trade. We're offering how to structure your small business so that you can sell better. We're offering behind the scenes knowledge from experts regarding SEO, social media, web design. We're also in this email, we're saying when they can expect. So we send out weekly emails. So in this email, you would want to tell them, hey, every week you're going to be hearing from us. You're going to be receiving an email from us every week. And in those emails, this is what you can expect to be getting from us, tips and tricks or promotions or all of these things. So this email is super important in your welcome sequence. And then, so some people have, I think it's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people cut off this last one or don't put this last one in there. I think it's good. It's kind of the transition from your welcome sequence. After they finish this email, they'll start on your regular weekly emails, monthly emails, bi-weekly emails. So I think it's good to add in there. This tells a little bit more about our business, maybe gives them some value, like some valuable information. So I think that one's a good one to have in there. But that is a complete welcome sequence. And we have this on automation. So when we were just talking about segments, so whenever anyone subscribes from our website, a new subscriber, they go into this segment right here of email list. Whenever they hit that segment, they go into that bucket, this immediately starts, like this flow starts, and they start receiving these emails. There's a time delay you can see here in between the emails. So they'll receive this email, then they'll wait 2 days, then they'll receive another email, then they'll wait 2 days, and they, get this email. We talk about all of this in detail in our email marketing challenge, which is like our course that we have. It goes over how to set up a welcome sequence, what to put into your welcome sequence, how to delay the emails, like what is a good time delay for the emails, everything. There's so much information. But a welcome sequence is one of the sequences that is vital, for businesses to have for sure. Let me publish this before I forget. So we have like our welcome sequence, all of our like webinars, all of our offers are on these sequences as well. It kind of goes through the same process. So let's say you signed up for this webinar, or maybe you were on our website and you wanted to receive our freebie. We have 2, maybe 3 freebies on the website right now. So let's say you signed up to get our Google Lead Magnet Delivery freebie. Whenever you input your email address on the website, it immediately sends you an email based off of this workflow. So y'all, back in the day when I first started and I did not know about all of this and I had no idea about automation and all of this, when people would subscribe on our website, I would literally run into the office and send them the welcome email. Every single person, I was sending the welcome email manually. So this has been a game changer because all of this can happen automatically. I'm not running in here every time I'm getting a new subscriber and trying to figure out who got what and what they're asking for. So definitely huge game changer. I absolutely love Flowdesk for this because, as you can see, I mean, there's so many options and ways that you can do this. If we hit here, we can create a new workflow. I think I have a slide on this, but as you can see, they have like a welcome sequence. They have a lead magnet delivery. They have a sales sequence and a nurture sequence, which we'll talk about a little bit here in the next slides. But another great thing about Flowdesk is it's very templated. So all of these are pretty much on templates, super easy to customize to your business, to your brand, all of that super easy. So let me see, I'm going to go back to my presentation. See if I can stop presenting here and go back to the presentation. Okay, so we talked a little bit about, this is what workflows looks like in Flowdesk, showed you that. This is the welcome sequence, which we went over that, in Flowdesk. You saw how that worked. So types of workflows. So again, there's that welcome sequence that we went over. This is the sequence that anyone that subscribes to your like general email list will go through. It tells them about your business, about, why they're on the email list, why, they're here, what they can expect to be getting in those weekly emails, and really starts them on the journey of getting to know you, trusting you, feeling comfortable with you, and getting them in that routine of like, okay, I know that an email came from Synovio Marketing, let me open it. Okay, I know an email came from Synovio Marketing, let me open it. So it starts them on that consistency. And that's why it's so important, number one, to have that welcome sequence. But number two, after the welcome sequence, we have to continue to have those weekly emails or to talk to these people because they've gotten in that routine. So you can also have a sales sequence. This is good. I mean, we're not going to say never to sell to your email list, but this is good. Let's say you have 4th of July is coming up. So you have a 4th of July promotion, 20% off of your service, or, maybe you have a new product that's coming out for 4th of July. You can set up that automation and that sequence that will have like a set of emails about that promotion. Maybe one email goes out, and then maybe 5 days later, another email goes out. And then, 3 days later, another email goes out, all about that same promotion. And it's good because, again, it's an automation. You're not having to do it. So if you sit down for an hour every week and do your emails and set up your sequence or your workflow, you're done. That's it. It's going out or whatever. You can plan it. You can plan out your Halloween emails right now and set up the workflow so that it automatically goes during Halloween. You're not thinking about it. A nurture sequence. So nurture sequences are kind of like regular emails, like your weekly emails or your monthly emails. We can schedule those, like you can schedule emails in Flowdesk. We schedule a lot of ours. I try to sit down and batch emails and schedule them for certain times so that I'm not having to do them. But a nurture sequence is like regular emails that speak to your client and customer regularly. So those monthly emails, weekly emails, bi-weekly emails. And then analytics. So we talked a little bit earlier that one of my favorite things about email marketing is because it gets super specific on the analytics. I have to laugh sometimes because I can see a specific person, if they opened it, if they clicked on it, what they clicked on. Like, I see y'all out here. I know exactly what you're clicking on. I know exactly what you're looking at. And what that does for me, how that helps me is I know what you're interested in. Okay, so I've sent out 5 emails and this one person has opened all of those 5 emails about email marketing. They've clicked on the link to the web page that I sent them, that was in the email about email marketing. Clearly they're interested in email marketing. So maybe I want to kind of target them on the email marketing until they convert. So analytics is super important and super great. I'm going to switch over to show you actually in real time what the analytics look like in Flowdesk because I think they are really cool. It's really cool to see how they kind of break that down. See if I can go back. Okay, so this is our homepage, and then up here, they just recently added this analytics tab up at the top, but I'm going to start out, I'm going to go to one of our, okay, so this was an email that we sent out to, we have 474 subscribers on our list. So just one of our weekly emails. I can click on this little thing. It will tell me our open rate. So I can see that 40.9% of people, or 194 people opened it. One person clicked it. Click rate is super hard. I can go ahead and tell y'all our click rate is, we have been working on it, struggling with it, but it's a real thing. So a normal open rate for an email list our size is about 23%. So as you can see, we stay around about 34%. This one was a little bit higher at 40%. That's a really good open rate. Click rate, you know, we're still getting there. But even with that, I can click this view details and it will break down everything specifically for this email. So as you can see here, it was sent to 474 people, 469 people it was delivered to, so it actually got to their inbox. 194 people opened it, and I got one little sad click over here. And then even better than that, if you go to the open, so if I click on this bar here, y'all, this is where it gets scary. So I can see exactly who opened it, and I can see exactly how many times they opened it. So I know y'all out there, how many times y'all opened in the email, what y'all are looking at, you know, who it is, what's happening. The analytics just are crazy for me. Like to be able to see exactly, you know, how many times somebody opened your email is pretty crazy. And then even better than that, it gets even better than that. If you click on a specific person, let's say I'm just going to click on random person, it will tell you that person's statistics. So as you can see here, 56 emails were delivered to this person. They've opened 50 of them. So we've done a good job there. They haven't clicked on anything, you know, maybe they're not really interested, but they're staying on the email list. So they have a lifetime open rate of 89.3%, which is amazing. And this is really cool too. You can see how they open it. So they never opened it on their mobile device. They've opened it on their desktop. This is another really interesting analytic where I feel like in today's day and age, we're so worried about mobile optimization, like how things look on our phone versus our desktop. But for email marketing, I can say that 90% of our subscribers open emails on their desktop. So though mobile optimization is important when we look at the rates of what they're opening it on, it's usually on the desktop, which is nice. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. 40 to 50% open rate. That's really good. Yeah. So a normal open rate is 23%. So if you're over that, you're doing good talking to your people for sure. And yeah, so most people do open it on their desktop, which is nice because that's really the way that it's meant to be opened. Though Flowdesk does a great job of mobile optimization for emails. Most people are going to open it on their desktop. So pretty crazy, I think, that not only does it talk about, you know, how many opens, how many times people open, but you can go down specifically person by person and figure out, you know, what's going on in your emails. So for this email that was sent out, we can see an open rate here. Okay, so 97.9% of people for this email that went out opened it on their desktop. 2.1% of people opened it on their mobile. So again, you know, you're really going to see people opening it on their desktop. We see this time and time again, this statistic. Also, it'll tell you the deliverability. Ours is excellent. Normally, you know, you will get your unsubscribers. I talk to people, you know, I've talked to people in our email marketing challenge that were like, oh, I don't want to send out emails because what if people unsubscribe? If people unsubscribe, that's great. That means that you are targeting your people. Like, I feel like people that are unsubscribing are helping me because it's getting me, I know that they don't want to hear from me. And maybe I don't need to keep sending them emails if they're not interested. So you're always going to get the unsubscribers. I mean, it is what it is. If people don't want to hear about what you have, your product or service, then they can unsubscribe. That's fine. Always more fish in the sea out there. But this is the analytics portion of Flowdesk. We look at this for every email that we send out. This was like another email. I mean, you can look at it from every email. This one was 35.8% open rate, 168. This had a way better click rate though. So we got 9 clicks to our one little click over here. So we can look at this and say, you know, we would go back and say, okay, what was this email about that had a better click rate? We got 9 clicks over here. So what was this email about versus what this email was about? Maybe we need to, be speaking more on this than this because this, performed better or got more clicks or more interaction. Also, we would want to be going back to this email and seeing who was interacting. So I need to be, if they interacted with this email and this email was on automation, they're interested in automation. We need to be reaching out and having a conversation. So that is super great analytics wise. Oh, also Flowdesk has started this little analytics tab up at the top, which is super great because it shows you kind of an overall view. So we have 486 subscribers new within the last 7 days. We've had 22. New in the last 30 days, we've had 65. So I'm constantly working on this email list. I am trying to get subscribers because I want to get the information out there. So this shows you, the analytics overall. This will show you, forms and opt-ins, integrations, checkouts. We just started checkouts. So checkouts is really small over here. But active subscribers, new subscribers, unsubscribes within the last 30 days, we've had 17. So it gives you kind of an overview of everything, which is super nice. They just added this. They haven't always had this. So this is great. You don't have to manually look at all this, which takes a lot of time. You can even look at like your performance by segment. So I have everyone segmented down. I can look at this and see that, email marketing webinar, I had a 61% open rate, probably because people wanted to go to the webinar. So, or I can look at Airbnb. My Airbnb people over here are opening emails at 42%. So they're, we're targeting them appropriately. You can also look at like performance by subscriber, which again is kind of scary, y'all. So you can look at a specific email address, a specific person, and I can see how many times y'all opening these emails, how many times y'all clicking on things, what your click rate is. So it really gives you that specific targeting. This is another, we talked about benefits a little bit earlier, but this is the game changer between email marketing and social media, is because social media will never be able to give you this. Social media cannot give you this type of analytics, give you this type of breakdown. It's just not possible. So super important to have an email list, to have these emails, be sending out these emails and gathering these analytics so that you can appropriately target the specific people. Let me see if I can switch back over here. I'm going to click tab. Okay, so talked about the analytics. Then this is just some of the people that have worked with us, some of the testimonials that we have. Again, we have our email marketing challenge, which has been great. A lot of businesses have gone through it and they have had great results. So opening a lot of your emails, do you direct outreach with these people? Yes. So if we notice people are opening a lot of our emails on a specific topic, we might reach out to them, or usually a funny way that I do that is if I notice, I kind of correlate it with, I'm sure if you follow us on social media, you know that we go week by week. So 1 week we'll talk about email marketing. 1 week we'll talk about systems and automations. Another week we might talk about websites. And I can see the direct correlation between, for that week, if we're talking about email marketing on social media, we're also sending an email out about email marketing. So I kind of use that as like the bridge of reaching out to these people. So more than likely they're watching our story about email marketing. More than likely they're opening our email about email marketing. And if I see those two kind of correlating, or if I've seen them, reaching out time and time again, or opening our email marketing emails or our website emails, I will definitely reach out to them, either, send them an email or through DM, just kind of say, hey, we're here if you ever need anything, or have you, are you interested in any marketing services specifically, or, just start a conversation with them usually. And that tends to work if they don't reach out to us. So I've had those weeks where we talk about systems and automations, those weeks where we talk about email marketing. They'll be watching our stories. They'll receive the email about the email marketing challenge or about the systems and automations offer, and they will they'll reach out to us saying, hey, I want to hear more about this. I have this question, or this is, because we've been talking about that topic all week on social media. And because they received an email talking more about it, they will reach out and say, hey, I have this question. Hey, I'm ready to do this. Hey, how do I start? What's kind of going on with this? Yeah, I think a lot of it correlates with social media and email marketing. I think they're like best friends. So that's kind of how we use it, and how we like marry them together is we partner our social media. Like I was saying, every week we talk about a certain topic or a certain thing, and then we marry our email with that topic of the week. So it really gives people a lot of opportunities and also a lot of information on that topic, and gives them the opportunity to reach out and say, hey, I've seen that you've been talking about this all week. I want to learn more about it, or how do I get started? Or I've been having trouble with this. I've been having trouble with email marketing. What do you suggest, or what can we do? And then we can kind of point them in the right direction of like, hey, we have an email marketing challenge. So that's really how we do that, is we kind of marry them together, and that's worked really well for us. So, we've had lots of clients go through, these are more testimonials from our email marketing challenge. But pretty much overall, what we've heard is that the reason that the email marketing challenge and the reason that Flowdesk has been so great for this, like the combination of our email marketing challenge and Flowdesk, is because it not only, I always say, it's not just email marketing. There is so much, like we were just talking about with the marrying of social media and email marketing, there's so much systems and automations behind it. It's not just like, oh, I send out emails every week. It's like you have to have the system in place, those workflows in place, those automations in place to correctly segment and capture and follow up and like have the analytics and have all of that. So there's a lot more that goes into it. And that's why I built the email marketing challenge, is because it goes into all of that. It's not just like sending emails. It's like there's a lot of things that go into that. And also, like, the email marketing challenge covers what will I say? It gives you 8 weeks of prompts, email prompts. So you'll leave with 2 months worth of emails done if you go through the prompts and do the things. You'll leave with a welcome sequence that's fully created, a full welcome sequence. You'll leave with the knowledge of the systems and the automations and all of the things that Flowdesk can really give you. So it's a way bigger thing than just emails, is what I always say. I do want to share a little bit more in Flowdesk, because I feel like Flowdesk does not, it's just a lot. So I want to show y'all that real quick. I'm going to click over here. Ooh, I lost you. Okay, so back to Flowdesk here. So when I'm saying, we're going to go back to our homepage. When I'm saying that it's more than just emails, so yes, we can create, we create tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of emails every week. But there's also this forms up at the top. And this kind of goes along with how we marry social media and email marketing. So with Flowdesk, you can create these forms. As you can see here, I have a whole thing of forms. We create a form for everything we've ever built. But what this allows us to do is you can create this form here. We created this one. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen this for the webinar tonight. So we created this form in Flowdesk. I'm going to click edit here. Looks a little bit like this. I'm sure y'all are familiar. We created this, and then it allows you to put your first name and email address. In this form, when you fill out this form, it then puts each of those subscribers into a segment. So, and then I can say when subscribers opt into this form, it notifies me. So every person that went through this form, it notified me, it sent me an email to my inbox saying, hey, you have a new subscriber. Hey, you have a new subscriber. So that's great. And then also it put all of those people into, it put everyone into a specific segment. So we were talking about segments earlier. You saw that I had all of those segments. So I created an email marketing webinar segment. Every person that goes through this form gets put into that segment. Then after the creation of this form, it gives me this URL code here. Now, where this comes into play, which is genius, is you can click copy here. So we can copy this URL. And I'm sure y'all have seen this, but I pasted this URL on our Instagram stories and said, save your seat, register here, whatever the wording is. So then when they click that link, it takes them directly to this form, almost like a landing page in itself, which is fabulous. So fabulous. So I can copy this link, put it in my Instagram story. You as a viewer view my Instagram story, you say, oh yeah, I've got to come on this webinar. So then you click save your seat. It's taken to this form, to the form you saw. You put in your information, it puts you in that segment, in that box. Now, also, we talked about workflows. We talked about those automations. So I can create a workflow or an automation so that when it puts y'all in that segment, it immediately starts sending you an email saying, thank you so much for subscribing or signing up for this webinar. I'm so excited to see y'all at 7 o'clock tonight. And I don't have to do any of that. Like I sit down and create those emails, put it into that workflow, and it's done. Like I don't have to, I'm not at 6 o'clock, I'm not scrambling around trying to send an email to my webinar people, or, you know, it just takes all of that work out. But this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying that there's systems and there's things that go into this. It's not just like sending out emails. It's a whole process and thing that, you know, goes into it. So I think that's pretty cool. That's one of the features that I love about Flowdesk, is not only does it create beautiful emails, but it also helps you create these forms. You'll see here we have forms for all of the things. And it gives you that URL, that specific URL that you can share anywhere, and it will bring your people to that form that you've created, almost like a little mini landing page, which is super nice. Also, so we talked about just like one-off emails. They have the forms here. We talked about the workflows. Also in this beta version is the checkouts. They just kind of started this. We've been kind of working with them on this. But you can create a checkout in Flowdesk where, again, it'll give you that URL code. You can share that URL code, and it's really a landing page is really what it looks like. I can show y'all here if I click edit. This one. This is our systems and automations page. Some of y'all might have seen this, but this is our systems and automations offer. So this is a whole landing page that we've been able to create. Isn't it beautiful? In Flowdesk for our systems and automations offer. And in this, all of these buttons, let me scroll up here. So anytime on this landing page that it says like this, get started now, let's get started, simplify my business, all of that gets taken to this checkout. And so they're immediately able to purchase our systems and automations offer, you know, right there. super easy. I built a whole landing page, takes them to the checkout, they purchase, and good to go. So this is a great option. I tell everybody, maybe if you don't have a website yet, or maybe if you don't want to invest in a website yet, you can get Flowdesk. You can purchase Flowdesk. You can build these landing pages, build these checkouts, use it for your email marketing, use it for your forms. I mean, this thing does everything. I'm blown away. I've been super happy with them. It's just great. So we've really enjoyed it. I think they're just overall, the experience we've had with them has been phenomenal. So again, you'll see this link here that it gives me this URL. I can copy it. And when I copy it, I can share it. We've shared it multiple times on social media, and it will take them to that landing page that you saw, that we created, and, share that with them. So not only is it for emails, it's not just emails. There's so much more that goes into it. And everything, that we've talked about tonight is how we run all of our offers. So it usually starts with one of these forms. We create a form about, this was our social media webinar. This is our email marketing webinar. This is our systems and automations offer. This is our freebies, all of our freebies. We create forms for these freebies. So that's really how all of our offers are started, is with these forms. And then we create a segment. So the forms go to the segment. The segment is hooked up to a workflow, and it's automated. So super great. We have any other questions about any of that? I feel like I covered the marathon, covered all of the things. I'm gonna grab the link. Let me stop sharing. Stop presenting. I'm gonna grab the link to our, go back here. Okay. So I'm gonna grab the link to our email marketing challenge for anybody that is interested in that. If they're interested in learning more about all of the things that we have talked about tonight. Again, our email marketing challenge goes over all of that, like, very in depth. So if you are interested, I feel like I have something in my eye. If you are interested in that, be sure to check out this page right here. I'm going to post it here in the chat. So that page is specifically about our email marketing challenge. If you do that, it is on sale. It is 50% off. I don't do sales, but it is 50% off through tonight, tomorrow morning. If you try to get it 50% off, it won't be there. So 50% off right now. It's $47.99 right now. It'll go up to $87.99 tomorrow morning. So if you haven't already, you need to get on that. Any other questions? I've enjoyed getting to share all of the email marketing with y'all. I've loved it. Anybody have any questions? Take a sip of this drink. My sinuses are killing me. Okay, well, with that, it has been a pleasure speaking with y'all tonight. As always, my inbox is always open. Our DMs are always open. I'm always here for any questions. If you have any more questions about email marketing, about processes, systems, automations, anything like that, we're always open to answering those. So feel free to reach out, and it has been great getting to meet with y'all tonight. And I'm sure y'all will be seeing me soon on social media, talking about all the things. So it's been a pleasure. Hope y'all have a good night. And tomorrow's Friday. I keep feeling like today's Friday, but tomorrow's Friday. Have a good week, y'all.